This is the first generation PSP. This specific one I recently bought while travelling around Japan hunting for retro tech. It's the value pack, so it comes with a case, a lanyard and headphones, etc. It's in really good condition, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Luckily, it turned out to just be the battery. Obviously I tried charging it. And after swapping that over with a brand new one, she fired up. Nowadays, retro gamer enthusiasts don't want to know about it unless it has an HDMI capability. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you this kit that I found on AliExpress, which costs 30 quid. We're going to take a look at the installation and show the results at the end and figure out if it was all worth it. One really positive thing about this mod is that it is solder free. You just pop open the back and it slips in here. Like this. Or like that? Wait a minute. Oh, fuck. Okay, my bad. I got that wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna level with you. This was a disaster. The instructions on AliExpress are literally this, and you have to zoom in and follow along like it's some sort of goddamn murder mystery. Nothing is clear, and there is so much left out. I mean, just look at how these instructions finish. Yeah, that's ready to go. Okay, let's give it a go. So I'll start by disassembling it as best I can. The instructions don't tell you where the screws are and what to remove, so it's a guessing game. Plus, all of the screws are different sizes, so be careful. There was one hidden under this sticker which took me ages to find, something they probably could have put in the instructions. Once I removed that, I could lift off the front shell and start taking apart the inside. The first thing to remove is the buttons, which are clipped onto the screen and attached via this ribbon cable. Then I can unclip the screen itself and undo both ribbon cables and carefully set it to one side. At least if your screen is broken, it's a pretty easy fix. Then you've just got to go gung-ho on every goddamn screw you see and rest easy knowing that more of these screws will end up in the bin than go back into this console. After this pesky metal bracket is removed, you can remove the disc door. Ideally, using something harder than plastic. Then you can remove the disc tray entirely and just toss it into the bin. Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You won't need that again. This is where, for me, everything fell apart. I didn't see this on the listing at first, but yeah. This is no longer gonna play physical games. So you've got to be a software engineer as well as a miracle worker to make this PSP a functional thing with this mod. Trying to push through the pain and carry on with the mod, I remove everything else I can find on this motherboard. Eventually, I set the motherboard free and we can set up all of the soldering stuff and make way for some of the worst soldering I have ever done in my life. In fairness, they do actually advise you not to try and solder to the finest components known to mankind, whilst you have a strong resentment towards the very reason you're actually soldering. Mother Hubbard. It'll just be a miracle if this works. Right, and then we have the extremely pleasurable task of reassembling everything. Blindly. Not knowing what needs to go where and why I'm even doing this. You also just have to cut out some plastic. So yeah, this is an irreversible mod, but fortunately that's one thing the instructions do actually show. You also have to remove the infrared sensor, since that's where the HDMI port's gonna go, so just cut that right out. Okay, and let's see what we can actually put back in. And after reassembling nearly everything, I then discovered I needed to cut out some more plastic and remove this metal bracket. 2 things not mentioned on the goddamn instructions! Stay calm. Stay calm. I'm gonna thread the 3 wires through the shell so that we can solder them to the board later, and I'll label each one to know where it goes. I then need to chop off this piece of the metal frame so that it all fits, and then I can sit it down inside and fit the new board. After that, I can then screw it down and connect the new ribbon cable, which gives the device 2 outputs so it can show on both the PSP screen and through the HDMI port. It's pretty clever, to be honest. I'll then give the screen a quick wipe down and fit it back in place and close up the Microsoft Wii. Once it's all fully closed, I'll solder the 3 wires in, and we will be done. Thank the Lord. So there we have it, the HDMI mod from AliExpress. I have to say it was rather painful, as you could probably tell from the video. The result is not too bad. Obviously it's not seamless, but I didn't have to cut that out, so that's pretty cool. And I also don't think that the infrared was actually ever really used on the PlayStation Portable. I mean, let me know if you used it. Mine came with this adapter so that I've got a regular HDMI port out of the top, but obviously you can just get a mini HDMI cable to regular HDMI cable, and then you can just plug it into your TV and it all looks pretty damn fancy. You can definitely tell that there is a tiny bit of lag. Any sort of latency is a massive turn off for a lot of people, so I just thought I'd let you know of that. The installation was horrible, as you could probably tell, and I think that the fact that it now no longer uses the actual UMD disc reader, I think that's really rather tragic. That being said, there's lots of PSPs where this doesn't work anymore. This laser has burnt out, so it could be a cool alternative option for that. It then just means, which gets me onto my final point, that you have to mod your PSP. You get like a little SD card thing that goes into the memory card slot, and then you can mod it and put all your games on it and stuff like that, but I'm not really a fan of that. I prefer playing physical games if I'm going to be playing a retro console. But anyway, there we have it. What do you think? I'd love to know your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I had a lot of fun filming this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll wait.